On today's journey, we are going to go to Forest Lawn from Kensington. So we're going to turn left, which is east, and we're going to follow the Bow River pathway over to Forest Lawn area. This area right here, right beside the Bow River, is pedestrian and biking. So be careful. Keep drive at safe speeds. Watch out for pedestrians. They do have a tendency to walk two or three abreast, so you may have to ring your bell to get them to move over a little bit. Don't be aggressive about it. Just be nice. We're going to see some wildlife today. There's a pass some geese, two batches of geese with their babies, and one of them hissed at me because I didn't see him until he hopped out. So just watch for that. So pretty along here. Coming up to the bridge ramp there, that ramp can be congested if you got people walking and stuff like that. So gear down and get on the ramp and around the corner and onto the bridge. Away you go. Once again, be courteous on here. It's a little bit narrow. Um, but it's a convenient way to cross the river. So now we're going to be on the south side of the river heading east. Quite a popular pathway. People use it for running and walking and biking and lollygagging and all sorts of stuff. So there's benches on the right all the way along here in the shade, so a nice spot to stop, stop and look, that kind of thing. Shady along the way here. So, and it's kind of curvy, so watch out. There's has a tendency some of the people are going a little bit too fast and possibly out of control. So be careful. Little park that you go through, or a little memorial. Okay, we're coming up to the geese. You'll see geese on the left, and then the daddy geese hisses at me on the right. So I had to hit the brakes pretty hard to block him off, but he's just protecting his young. So uh, really didn't see him because I was looking at the first batch of geese instead of the second batch. So here it comes right here. There he goes. I let him by. They didn't do anything. They let me go. So I carry on with the trip. On the right-hand side is 9th Avenue, I believe it is, and on the left is the Bow River. If you like these kind of videos, please hit the like and subscribe and notifications, and have more of them. I'm going to try to do as many of them as I can get to from where I live. Um, we particularly like this trip. It's quite a long trip for us, so we get our exercise in. But if you head off early in the morning, you don't have too much congestion. And the downtown area, I would recommend staying away from that on weekdays between 11 and 1, because all the office workers decide that's the time to walk down by the river. And it's snail's pace, and they're not paying attention to you. So you have to really have your eyes wide open and be, ready to stop or avoid them. So city skyline straight ahead of us. Bow River on the left. And this whole trail is mostly in good shape. There's a few rough spots, especially right in here. There's some trees. Tree roots have humped the pavement up a little bit. So we go under the bridge and up the hill. And this is a kind of blind corner, and some people go a little bit too fast through here. Like I said, give the pedestrians right away. And we were doing this about, I'm going to say about 10 o'clock in the morning. So we wanted to be out a little bit earlier, but there wasn't too much traffic, at least through this area on the pathway. Nice sunny day, nice and warm. So going along here, you can see lots of things. You get pretty close to the right downtown here on this path. As you can see, the road beside me is pretty busy. So, and we're going to go around the corner and down and under the bridge, and it's really not well defined. So watch out for people. This pedestrian, I think, is on the bike path, but it's okay. We had lots of room there. And the walkway goes to the left. And I don't know if this is exclusively, I think this is all bike path from here on in by itself. We're coming up to an area um, where there's a large herd of geese that seem to frequent the downtown area. And I'll do a little swoop in and show you. Yeah, right here on the grassy patch to the left, there's a ton of geese there, and people are watching them. They got lots of babies, lots of babies. That's a big herd, big flock, I guess. This is all bike path, so you can let off a little bit, but be careful still. And this is all fairly new paved, so it's quite smooth. But watch out for people and bikes coming off from the left and the right. There's lots of apartments, buildings, and stuff here. Sitting areas to the left. And for the most part, you should be able to find shade here. A couple food trucks there, ice cream, and not sure what the other one is, but so you can see the pedestrian pathway to the left, and we are on the bike part of it. There's lots of sitting areas through here, lots of grass. So, yeah, City of Calgary has done a really, really good job of this park and this pathway. It's well done. It's protected. You're not in the full blaring sun all the time, which of me, I'm being blonde, I would get burnt. So I like the shade a little bit. Curvy, nice path. Lots of stuff to see. And right ahead of me here is somebody that has having trouble with staying on their side of the road. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe a new ride or something like that. And I'm going to try to pass her. I just don't want to get involved with her. All right, I got past her. And the family coming up. They're still doing construction in this area, so sometimes the pathway diverges away from each other, and like they haven't finished it. The whole path is not finished. The bikeway is not finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut hard right here and then hard left to get on the bike path. And this bike path is by itself, so once again better. But they're still doing a lot of construction and landscaping through here. So we're coming up to an area where it's just a new development. They're working hard here, and so we're kind of had to divert from the normal path. But it's not marked very well in some areas yet. I'm hoping they're going to fix that up. And we got a piece of equipment on the road, so we're going to go around that. Going on to an area that typically is not there. Normally we'd be going through to the left, but that's closed off on the day that we traveled. So this is pedestrians and bikers, and it's pretty narrow, so I was going pretty slow through here. And workers on the road and equipment on the road. And you can see some of the towers on the right-hand side, some of the downtown towers. Normally we would be up on the bank, but they're doing landscaping and a bunch of work, so we've been detoured. Hopefully I'll be able to take a normal trip through here in the future and take a picture of it or take a video of it. So you're wide open here. You're in the sun. cut left and back onto the path again. So you got a little diversion there that you're not going to see on this video. They're still working on it. Looks like they're going to be pouring cement and pavement on that area soon, I hope. And this is the area that you really don't want to be coming through at 11 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon on weekdays, because it's just wall-to-wall people, and they're like 4, 6, 8 abreast, and it's pretty hard to get by, and it's pretty hard to safely get through. So we avoid that. I haven't been here on the weekend, but I would imagine it's a fair bit of traffic there on the weekend as well. People in the apartments wandering and walking. They're doing a lot of landscaping along this side here. Coming up to, I think we're going to go under another bridge here. Yeah, you can see that problem area in here is that there's a lot of vulnerable people, as you can see the group up on the left there, and they've kind of taken over the area, and so you have to avoid them and watch out for them, because they're not watching you and they're not going to be paying attention to you. So we're going to swoop up to the left a little bit and straight ahead. And we have a couple colorful characters that have no idea which way you go on a traffic route. They're on the, oh no, not there, sorry. But we're coming up to somebody that decided that they want to travel going the wrong way. There's a bike rental shop to the right there. So if you don't have your own bike and you want to take the trip, then that's where you can rent a bike. There's a couple of those along here. And you can see there's still construction, and there's our friends that are going the wrong way on the bike path. I guess they're just not used to riding or driving. And somebody's passing me on the left, and he's going like a crazy man. And we have people going double file, not good. So they ding their bell and they moved over, so that's good. And I can pass safely, so I'm good with that. So I think East Village is to our right, Bow River to the left. And we're going to come up to an area, and then we're going to cross, I'm not sure what river it is, probably Elbow. And we're going to head into Inglewood. It can get a little messed up here because I think people get confused about a traffic circle. Okay, over the bridge. And I'm getting passed by a road rider, and I'm pretty sure he's going too fast. Now this is probably the prettiest part of the whole trip coming up. You go into the trees, and the path is curvy. It's shared, so be careful, and some people have a tendency to stop right on the road or right on the pathway. So make sure you're in full control when you're going through here. You can see that we've just had a rain here, and so the paths are a little wet. But the pathway itself is in extremely good shape, and it's shaded well, and there's places to stop all the way along, benches, and when you get down a little farther, there's some picnic tables and a place where you can stop to have a bite if you want to. Like I said, it's pretty curvy, so slow down a little bit. And just a reminder, I have sped up the video a little bit, so it does look like I'm driving like a crazy man, but I'm not. I'm trying to keep to the speed limits a little bit, and allowing people to, passing people safely, and it's all about courtesy. Let the people do what they want to do, and that kind of thing. So as you can see, some picnic tables on the left there. And like I said, shaded, very nice. It's really nice little trip through here. There's a park on either side of the trail here. Don't see very many people using it, but maybe it's just the time of day that I come through. And we cross a road here. Nice thing about this whole thing is you don't cross very many roads. They've done a really good job of this. Nice houses through here. Probably very expensive and probably been here forever. And on the right is a playground, and I cut over onto the road here just because you've got lots of room and there is very little uh, vehicle traffic along here. So, you've got lots of wide room, wide areas to go. Um, but the path itself is just to the right, but I'll leave that to the pedestrians for this area at least. And around the corner, follow the bikeway or the pathway signs. We'll get down to the end. We're going to turn right again. And a continuation into the trees. Like I said, the pathway is well maintained, and they cut the brush back and all that. Calgary is doing a very good job on this area. Traffic's picking up just a little bit here. And we've got a hard left here, so be careful. Slow it down a little bit. Hard left, a hard right. And we're right beside the riverbank right now. And there is an area here where they've bypassed the rapids in the river, and lots of people come here to swim and that kind of thing, be close to the water. We're going to pull in there and just kind of go do a little bit of a tour through that, off the path for a little bit. Like I said, this guy's passing very unsafely because it's a blind corner there and you could get in trouble, but whatever. Don't be that guy. How about that? Nicely treed through here. Some sharp corners, so be cautious. Make sure you're in control all the time. So we're just turning off here a little bit. Off to our left here is, I'm not sure what it is. It's a building of some sort. It's probably a memorial of something. And you can see the river straight ahead of us here. And this is the bypass area. They've bypassed it because apparently the rapids on the other side of the enclosure there is it's classified. So you need to have a certain level of experience to take that. But they give you a little bit of an area here where you can turn off. Please subscribe and give me a like. Notifications if you want to see more of these. So we're back on the main path again. Nice and shady. Off to the right is the bird sanctuary. So it's nice and peaceful. And if you do go in there, be aware that it is a sanctuary and don't disturb the birds and don't be too noisy, that kind of thing. Especially this time of year, they're all nesting or possibly nesting or have young in the nest. And it gets pretty curvy through here. And like I said, just keep your speed down. But there's nice and shady. It's just a wonderful path. This is one of our favorite trips. And a reminder, just remember, I have sped up the video, so it looks like I'm speeding like crazy. Now you're going to go under the bridge, and on the other side, we're going to go right and up a hill. So gear down and get ready for it. Here we go around the corner. Off to the left is a pump park. It's fairly new, brand new. And at the top of the hill here, we're going to take a hard right. So, gear down, be ready for that. This is the coming up to the one big hill on this whole trip. And it's not super, super hard. It's just fairly long. You're going over the Bow River. And off to the right is a golf course. It doesn't look too busy, but mind you, I've been through here at different times of day, but it doesn't look too busy. It looks like a nice little course. So I gear down a little bit on this one, pump up the pedal assist just to get myself going up here. And so on the left, right beside us, is the bus or the transit route. So there's very little traffic on it. It's all traffic, or it's all buses, um, which makes it easier for the buses to get through the Memorial Deerfoot crossing area and stuff like that. It's much safer, I'm sure. So we're going uphill fairly hard here. The pathway is nice and wide and it's fairly smooth. Nice view of golf course beside you. And we're crossing Deerfoot. There is another path to cross Deerfoot, but it's not near as nice as this. And down on the right on the bank there is, I think that's where you return your rented rafts. Like if you go upstream and you get a raft, this is where you return it. You rent them and then you return them here. So we're going around a corner and we are coming up to the Vietnamese Boat People Memorial. And I'm proud to say that my wife actually helped them um, in 1979. She was in the military and she did the indoctrination and medicals and stuff for that. This is a really, really, really nicely maintained park or memorial. If you want, you can stop this and read that. It's in memorial to the people that have sponsored the park and or came over. Um, like I said, it's well maintained. They keep the landscaping well, and the walkway is very smooth. And I'm just walking around just to show you. And off to the top left there, you can see the skyline of the city. So it's got a really beautiful view from here of the city. So the boat people were did not want to the Vietnamese boat people did not want to be around a communist regime. So they used to rent, buy, steal whatever boats and hop on them, and they were found as refugees in the South China Sea and some of the areas in there. And when they came over here, some of them were in pretty rough shape. They'd been malnourished and sun attacked and everything like that. And this park is a memorial to them, and is put up by the Vietnamese people of Chinese or of Calgary. And like I said, they've maintained it. It's a memorial to the boat people that were accepted into Canada as refugees, and that was around 1979. Like I said, my wife is really proud that she was able to do some of that. Like I said, sitting areas, plaques to the people that have sponsored here. Um, and that's it. You have a great day. If you go behind me up the hill, you go into Forest Lawn, you can go all the way to Elliston Park. Have a great day. Bye.